Hi friends, what's going on? Today I am in Vietnam at the beautiful Hai Van Pass at one of my favorite little cafes here. This is right on a hill, on a mountain, and this is, well, the view that I have today. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful view. I love it here. I just take my seat at my favorite little table here. It's funny about Vietnam, they use all these little chairs like that, kid chairs. I don't know why, but that's all these cafes, that's what they have. Anyway, they're quite comfortable. It's strange. So today I want to talk about several things, if it's okay with you guys. A little bit outside of drumming perhaps, but interesting to know about. One thing is, I travel a lot. I've been traveling, I've been on the road since I was, 26, 27 years old. That's a lot of years on the road. I love being on the road. I love being in different places of the world. And, for me, it's just a normal part of life. So at one point, I love it so much that I even, sold all my stuff, car, furniture, everything, to live more like a minimalist. I still have gear all over the world, unfortunately, in Italy and Germany and South America and the United States. So it's always something that kind of ties you to reality, owning gear in different countries. But the point is that I'm able to go anywhere I want, as fast as I want, and at the drop of a dime, I'm on the other side of the world if I want to be. Now, the thing about it is, why do I do this? Because of music. The way I've chosen to make my career happen is to do my own projects all the time. I don't want to play for people. I don't like to play for people telling me what to play, how to play. I'm really done with that. I've had some experiences that were absolutely incredible, like Maynard Ferguson. That Maynard, one of the few band leaders that really let you do what you were hired to do, the way you do it. And he really encourages you to use your own voice and do things the way that you can do them the best. It's really rare. I've had other guys, complete hacks, by the way, the people that most of the time, the ones that are the biggest pain in the asses are the ones that don't know anything, like the worst musicians. And just, I don't want to be in that situation ever again, to have to play with hacks. So what happens then is you have to take responsibility for your career. You have to do your own projects. So what does that entail? That entails putting all your financial resources towards your projects, your own projects. That includes being extremely mobile, in my opinion. If you're not a millionaire, obviously, you have to put all your resources towards your musical goals. That means currency hacking. For example, you don't go to Switzerland to try to finish your projects because it's extremely expensive. New York, incredibly expensive. I'm not going to pay, some landlord, my entire month's salary just so I can make him rich. No, you go to places like Vietnam, South America, Asia in general, Southeast Asia, and Italy, southern Italy, also very inexpensive, to be able to direct all your resources into your music. Now, what does that mean, resources? That means, number one, first of all, your time, because time is something we don't get back. If you have to work a day job, for example, you 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 know, things are really get more complicated, really more complicated. You have to put all that time into somebody else's business, which I absolutely refuse to do. You know, everything that I do is geared towards musical output. Okay, and that, you know, every project you do takes a long time, a lot of effort and money. Now, you can do it if you have a producer, if you have friends with money. I was my first album was financed by Adam Goldberg, a good friend of mine at the time. You know, the actor. We were good buddies, and he financed my first album. And then my producer, you know, Francesco Desmaele, is a great producer from Italy. He helped me in the last 3 albums. So that's a kind of a different story. But everything else has to be funded by you. You know, any project you want to do, in between those albums, there was tons of projects that I did. You know, so I had to fund them on my own. The most efficient way is to keep in mind that currency hacking is a big deal. You know, there's this movement called the Passport Bros. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but these guys that leave the United States or wherever to go to places that are much less expensive, and they have their life, you know, renewed in these different places. Man, if you take that movement into consideration, I've been a passport bro my entire adult life, pretty much. I lived in Europe for 15 years. I lived in South America. I've lived all over the place. So, in my opinion, currency hacking is super important. As I said, time is something you never get back. If you're putting your efforts into making somebody else money, then you're wasting time. Every project, every deep project takes a long time to complete. Right now, what I'm doing with my new project is with Toshi Yanagi, a guitar player from LA, from Japan, actually lives in LA, and we're doing this drum and bass project that we're slowly getting off the ground. And you know, that requires me to be able to hang until things are sorted out with all the production details and the songwriting and whatever else. I mean, it's a lot of work. So that's how I've geared my career. Time is limited, and the way I see it, you have to think about how much time you have left on planet Earth and what you want to leave behind. I don't want to get too, you know, I've talked about this before, but no one really has enough time to do what they want to do in drumming, because drumming is too vast, you know. So you have to pick and choose your battles and how you're going to fight them. I know lots of people have families and, you know, obligations and stuff like that. I was almost caught in that ordeal, and I'm sure it has its rewards, but frankly, I'm not attracted to that lifestyle. I don't like children in any capacity. I don't like you know, being tied down to one country. So for me, this type of thing is the most efficient way to do things. I'm always playing, I'm always practicing, I'm always recording myself, no matter where I am, you know, on the road. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We've got some other tourists here. Hang on a second. We're back. I've got a fresh coconut now to add to the formula. Anyway, your time on planet Earth is very limited. So putting your efforts into the enrichment of someone else is complete nonsense. Total nonsense. To really get a hold of your career, I think, it takes some serious planning, some serious thought and insight. I think a really good way to do that is by maybe talking to other musicians that are doing it their own way, you know, doing it and making it happen. I know a lot of guys in New York and that are just fine. You know, they're rich and whatever, and some guys that are very very well known. They're also rich, but they made a lot of their money in other things like real estate. Very famous guys that I'm kind of friends with, and they tell me flat out, "Man, I don't go, I go on tour with my band, and you know whatever. We don't make a ton of money. I make my money on real estate, and real estate's my hobby, and whatever." So, and more than one guy, many guys. You know, so it's something to consider. I don't like real estate. It's not fun for me, that whole thing, and it's a huge time suck away from being on the kit. So that doesn't work for me. What does work is knowing that I'm at peace with myself and with the instrument and my level of playing, which, by the way, if somebody doesn't like, who cares? I don't care. You know, whatever. At a certain point, you know, when you reach a certain level in drumming, it becomes apples and oranges. People are going to like you or not like you, no matter how well you play, how well rounded you are. And that's just a matter of personal taste among musicians, you know. So, keeping that in mind, that's why I also avoid that kind of a scene, getting hired by this guy or that, or playing with this guy or that guy. I simply don't care. I don't care if somebody likes the way I play or not. I do like my own playing. You know, I'm happy with the direction I'm going and have been going for many years, and that's a great satisfaction. Yeah, there's some perhaps battles. Like there are battles, like, you know, if you have the idea that playing with a certain person is going to give you prestige, then that goes away. You know, you're on your own. You know, you are on your own. You're your own manager, your own agent, your own everything, road manager. You know, but if you think that the prestige of playing with someone famous, whatever, Pat Metheny or whoever, is something that you need, then this route is really tough, because you have to take on the responsibility of your own fame. Let's say Ant was on me. Look at this beautiful area, and I just can't get over it. I can sit here and just be at peace. This is something really great about choosing this, you know. Can you imagine having to do things outside of your own enjoyment with the limited time you have on planet Earth? What the hell? That's not something that I'm gonna be taking part of. Especially, you know, I'm sorry that I'm going on different subjects here a little bit, especially, but it's kind of all one subject. Especially the thought of, you know, your last moments on this planet. That has been creeping up for me because, sorry about changing my seat here. That has been creeping up on me a lot lately, because not only because I'm a, like, sort of Buddhist, whatever, 80% Buddhist, 20% atheist, whatever you want to call it. But the thought of your final day on Earth has been creeping up on me, because I've had a few friends pass away this year. Ariel O'Farrell, great bass player from New York that we've played a lot together. We went to Germany together. He's been on my CDs or my music projects, and then my producer, of course, Francesco Desmaela, he passed away, and you know, other drummers that are not doing well, have various challenges health-wise going on, and it's so sad to see the deterioration, you know, to when they were incredibly great players to not being able to play at all or barely hanging on and still trying to play, and you know, not sounding great, and that's really a bummer to see, you know. And I know that's coming for everyone. So the maximization of your time behind the kit and on planet Earth in general is something that's very important to me. It affects my music, my musical output, the way I do things, you know. And it's a very important thing to consider when you're making choices in your musical output. Okay, so the reason I'm talking about this is because I've been getting you know, a lot of emails about, hey Phil, what should I do? You know, I'm a drummer, I just started playing and I don't know which way to go, and how should I handle my career, and blah blah blah. And I've had other cats write me in their 80s and they're still playing, you know, and they want me to tell them what to do, and they say they obviously, the thing is, you know, they feel like they have no time to go through all the material on my site. You know, there's no way they're gonna achieve learning all that stuff, which is a massive amount of material. I would say there's probably 10 years worth of learning on my lesson site. Anyway, that's what's been on my mind today. And on this beautiful location, I'm gonna take you out here once again. There's the mountain road right there, so you can hear maybe cars passing, but this is like, man, unbelievably great. By the way, I've been fasting. I've been on a fasting kick because I gained 4 kilos in Vietnam because the food is so good. So I've been fasting. I fasted 2 days. I broke the fast last night, and today I'm doing intermittent fasting. I'm not eating anything until noon, which is, it's about 11 o'clock now here in Vietnam. Yeah, 10:54, and I'm gonna wait till noon to eat. That'll be about a 12-hour fast. No, more 15 hours. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about health and drumming in the next video, but I hope you're all doing well. Look at this great cafe here right by the sea. It's beautiful. Okay folks, many hugs to all, many greetings to all. Peace.